Does hip-hop live in the boardrooms of New York City, or does it live on the reservations in the United States? Does hip-hop live in the White House, or does it live in the refugee camps of the world? The despised, the rejected people of the world are speaking, and we should listen to them. I think that it's important to also understand that hip-hop, at its best, at its very best, has exposed power. It hasn't served power. And so that's also an issue we have to question now. What's being put out to us as hip-hop, what's being rammed down our throats as hip-hop, is it challenging power or is it serving power? We have to question. When the US government loves the same rappers that you love, whose interests are those rappers serving?
Decode that.
If you know what we're referring to, Jay-Z has come out with a book called, was it Decoded? Decoded. So, and he's somebody who's been pictured inside the White House, sitting inside the White House. Now, aside from anybody's personal opinions of an artist or their career, we have to question, why is the person who is being pushed out to the world as the greatest rapper of all time now, sitting in the White House? Well, we have to actually understand what function the United States has in the world today. When we talk about the United States, we are talking about a country which has an estimated 1,000 military bases worldwide, from Colombia to Diego Garcia, to the Philippines, to Japan, to Italy, to Germany, and even within this country that we are in today. Now, a perfect way of understanding, I can only talk for myself when I say this. When I started rapping as a 12-year-old boy, I was not rapping in my own voice. I was rapping with an American accent. What would possess a 12-year-old boy to rap in an American accent? Why was that? Why did I do that? I did that because of this blind admiration that we are encouraged as young people to have for the empire.
Fundamentally, you're a fundamentalist. Kinda got wondering you're the real terrorist. You're a menace. You're a credit to non-electoral eclipse of your moral son.
Religions are made evil, the way that we twist them. Okay, so now this warmonger claims to be a Christian. That's false. See it if you only look. Money's religion and TV's the holy book. If he's Christian, then Christians are getting a bit crazier. He should know Iraq was once called Mesopotamia. They tell a lot of lies that are hard to believe in, cause Mesopotamia was the Garden of Eden. Systematically sadistic, sicker than sickle cell. Christian couldn't turn the Garden of Eden to live in hell. Kill women and children, claiming they're not civilians. Get on the TV and start brainwashing millions, using innocent lives that died in them buildings. And soldiers to fight but doesn't want that life for his children. Hypocrite, a killer with the covenant of sin, not a governor of government, just a puppet on the string. Terrorism, take a look in a good mirror. Beat around the bush, I'm a bushwhacking bush killer. Don't believe it, even though some sheep will do. They wouldn't hate you if you didn't give them a reason to. You say justice, but that's just a lie. Religion's not the reason, just the way they justify. You're a terrorist, giving birth to another terrorist. The fact is fundamentally that you're the fundamentalist.
Fundamentally, you're a fundamentalist. Kinda got wondering you're the real terrorist. You're a menace. You're a credit to non-electoral eclipse of your moral son. He didn't have no guns and the war's not one electoral eclipse of your moral son.
This one's for Kosovo, Iraq, Palestine, Chechnya, all those apart on 9/11 in America, Afghanistan, Kashmir, Bosnia and Darfur. It's in our nature as the human race to start war. Congo, Somalia, Eritrea, Rwanda, Lebanon, Liberia, Serbia and Uganda. Round the world, too many children deaded in vain. I won't carry on cause there's too many to name.
Those weapons of mass destruction gotta be somewhere.
Fundamentally, you're a fundamentalist. Kinda got wondering you're the real terrorist. You're a menace. You're a credit to non-electoral eclipse of
Nazareth, from Armana or Canada, from Aberdeen or Africa, Camden or Addis Ababa. I do this for the mothers and daughters without running water, and the brothers tortured in lawless wars that these countries slaughtered. You say justice, but that's just a lie. Religion's not the reason, just the way you justify. You're a terrorist, giving birth to another terrorist. The fact is fundamentally that you're the fundamentalist.
Fundamentally, you're a fundamentalist. Kinda got wondering you're the real terrorist. You're a menace. You're a credit to non-electoral eclipse of your moral sun. You didn't have no guns and the war's not one electoral eclipse of your moral sun.
You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist to wonder exactly what President George W. Bush knew about the attack, and when he knew it. According to the official White House version, it was at this moment in a Florida classroom that Bush learned the second plane had hit the World Trade Center and that the U.S. was under attack. But here's what George Bush himself said almost 3 months later when asked about September 11th.
I was sitting outside the classroom waiting to go in, and I saw an airplane hit the tower of a TV. You know, the TV was obviously on, and I used to fly myself, and I said, well, there's one terrible pilot. And I said it must have been a horrible accident. But I was whisked off there. I didn't have much time to think about it.
Now, wait a minute. George Bush was told about the second plane while he was inside the classroom. So you just heard him describe seeing the first plane crash on television that day. But that's impossible. No one saw the first plane crash on TV on September the 11th because the videotape of it didn't surface until the next day.
I was watching the towers, and though I wasn't the closest, I saw them crumble to the earth like they were full of explosives. And they thought nobody noticed the news report that they did about the bombs planted on the George Washington Bridge. 4 non-Arabs arrested during the emergency, and then it disappeared from the news permanently. They dubbed the tape of Osama, and they said it was proof. Jealous of our freedom, I can't believe you bought that excuse. Rocking a motherfucking flag don't make you a hero. Word to ground zero, the devil crept into heaven. God overslept on the 7th. The new world order was born on September 11th. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song. And the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. And just so conservatives don't take it to heart, I don't think Bush did it, cause he isn't that smart. He's just a stupid puppet taking orders on his cell phone from the same people that sabotaged Senator Wellstone. The military industry got it popping and locking, looking for a way to justify the Wolfowitz doctrine. And as a matter of fact, Rumsfeld, now that I think back, without 9/11 you couldn't have a war in Iraq or a defense budget of world conquest proportions. Kill freedom of speech and revoke the right to abortion, tax cut extortion, a blessing to the wealthy and wicked. But you still have to answer to the Armageddon you scripted. And Dick Cheney, you fucking leech, tell them your plans about building your pipelines through Afghanistan, and how Israeli troops train the Taliban in Pakistan. You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand colonialism is sponsored by corporations. That's why Halliburton gets paid to rebuild nations. Tell me the truth, I don't scare into paralysis. I know the CIA saw Bin Laden on dialysis in '98 when he was top 10 for the FBI. Government ties is really why the government lies. Read it yourself instead of asking the government why, cause then the cause of death, the cause the propaganda to die.
This track is not an attack upon the American people. It's an attack upon the system within which they live. Since 1945, the United States has attempted to overthrow more than 50 foreign governments. In the process, the US has caused the end of life for several million people and condemned many millions more to a life of agony and despair. The strength of your dreaming prevents you from reason. The American dream only makes sense if you're sleeping. It's just a cruel fantasy. Their politics took my voice away, but their music gave it back to me. The land where the lumpen are consumed by consumption, killing themselves to shovel down food in abundance. I guess a rapper from Britain is a rare voice. America is capitalism on steroids. Natives kept in casinos and reservations. Displaced slaves never given reparations. Take everything from Native Americans and wonder why I call it the racist experiment. Afraid of your melanin, the same as it's ever been. That ain't gonna change with the race of the president. I see imperialism under your skin tone. You could call it Christopher Columbus syndrome.
Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Doesn't make any difference when they form your nation. Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Doesn't make any difference when they form your nation.
The world's entertainer, the world's devastator. From Venezuela to Mesopotamia. Your cameras lie cause they have to hide the savage crimes committed on leaders that happen to try and nationalize eating competitions while the world's been starving. Beat up communism with the help of Bin Laden. Where would your war of terror be without that man? Every day you create more Nidal Hassans. Kill a man from the military, you're a weirdo. But kill a wog from the Middle East, you're a hero. Your country is causing screams that never reach your ear holes. America inflicted 1,000,000 ground zeros. Follow the dollar and swallow your humanity. Soldiers committing savagery you never even have to see. Those mad at me, writing emails angrily. I'm not anti-America, America is anti-me.
Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Doesn't make any difference when they form your nation. Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Is it Obama's nation or an abomination? Doesn't make any difference when they form your nation.
I don't care if him and Cheney are long lost relations. What matters more is the policies. I lost my patience. Stop debating, bringing race into the conversation. Occupation and cooperation equals profit making. It's over, people wake up from the dream now. Nobel Peace Prize, Jay-Z on speed dial. It's the substance within, not the colour of your skin. Are you the puppeteer or the puppet on the string? So many believed it was instantly gonna change. There was still Dennis Ross, Brzezinski and Robert Gates. What happened to Chaz Freeman? What happened to Tristan Anderson? It's a machine that keeps that man breathing. I have the heart to say what all these other rappers aren't. Words like Iraq, Palestine, Afghanistan. The war's on and you morons were all wrong. I call Obama cause those are your bomb.